Hey guys, what is up? It's Dean Soto with Prosulum.com, Prosulum.com. Hit the subscribe button. I would say go also subscribe to Freedom in 5 Minutes, the podcast, but I'm not wearing my shirt. I'm wearing a Warrior shirt yet again. I'm definitely advertising the Wake Up Warrior stuff a lot more than my own stuff. But anyway, hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't checked out the podcast, Freedom in 5 Minutes, Freedom in 5 Minutes, go Google it. Subscribe via iTunes. Go listen to that. You can do iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, a couple of different places for that. Google Play, tons of places. All right. So if you've ever wanted to build a successful business that runs without you, there is one book that you definitely need to read. There are two books. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are a number of books that have changed my life and have made it to where I can basically do whatever I want, when I want, and so on. And one of those books is the EMyth. The EMyth. Now, there are concepts in that book. That can bridge the gap between you having a job, you being a small business and being stuck in that small business state, can't grow bigger than that. Between that and moving you on to a mid-sized business, right? Moving you on to a mid-sized business. So we're going to talk about that. And why in the heck did this even come up? Well, it came up, the topic came up is because I actually hired a branding specialist, a marketing specialist, someone who's really good at branding, really good at marketing, really good at strategy, which I'm not, which if you looked at the last, I keep on saying which, but whatever. If you look at the previous videos, I actually talked about that, leveraging your strengths and your weaknesses. And so one of the things, let me take my glasses off. One of the things, now I feel like I'm blind. Anyway, one of the things that came up was that I don't like doing marketing and branding. I understand it. I know the numbers behind it. I know how to make it successful and so on, but I don't want to be the one creating the strategy for it. I'm just not good at marketing. I'm not good at branding from a strategic point of view. I understand the numbers. I understand all of that, but I don't understand from I'm not good at that strategy portion of it. So I hired it up, right? And part of the process was that this strategist, so I actually had it this morning, 6 a.m. with my staff on Zoom with this marketing strategist for two and a half hours. And he is just grilling us on what the heck does your business do? Asking question after question. What's your core business? What's your vision? What's this? What's that? What's this and this and this and that? And what's this and that and that and this and this? And holy crap, it was a lot. It was a lot that I had not thought about. And one of the things was my target market. And one of the target markets that this marketing strategist mentioned was, oh, dude, anyone who's read the EMyth would love Prosulum because it allows you to implement the EMyth quickly and actually implement the EMyth, because one of the hardest things is people read the EMyth, which we'll talk about why they do in just a second, but they read it mainly because they're stuck in a certain place, right? But they have a problem. To actually implement the stuff in the EMyth, very difficult. Not very difficult, I shouldn't say. It's simple, but it's not easy. Okay? It takes a long time to document it. And most importantly, it takes a long time to have a mindset shift. So if I could summarize the entire EMyth book, which you should go check out, get the audiobook, whatever, summarize the entire EMyth book. It's looking at how to work on your business rather than in your business. There are different types of people and different types of business owners. However, the ultimate goal is to be able to work on your business. Okay. And now Michael Gerber really put this into a very good perspective in his book. It's very easy to digest, very easy to understand why you want to be in that situation, because in any other situation, you're you're in a job. You're going to get pulled in constantly having to do hours and hours and hours and hours of work that you really truly don't need to do. And sometimes we think we have the Superman complex, right? Superman complex, where we think, well, we're the only ones that can do this thing, which 95% of the time, if not more, it is totally false that somebody else can do that for you. So quick story behind Michael Gerber. I actually got to meet him. I got to meet him at Fashion Island. This was maybe 2012, 2013. And the guy is amazing. The guy's a really, really nice guy. We were going to do some things together. There was a little bit of a miscommunication on, not just in general, and we were going to build some things up but we didn't realize it was going to be for free. And so it didn't quite work out, but the fact is, like, I got to meet him, got to meet his wife. Super nice people. He was really, really nice. He took almost an hour out of his day to come down, bought me a drink, bought my partner a drink, and we're just sitting there talking about business, talking about what his plans were for some of the things he was doing, talking about our business and so on. And he and his wife really made they did not have to. I believe they were even on vacation, and they did not have to make time for us. And it was really cool. Super, super nice guy. Knows what he's talking about. Totally knows what he's talking about. So, all that being said, when I met him, you always find these authors who they preach one thing, but they actually do the other. Well, this guy definitely practices what he preaches, because he has the time to do all of these different things that normal business owners would not be able to do. So he's going and doing all these different things and just enjoying his life. And that's because he focuses on creating these systems. He focuses on, what can I do? Who can I partner up with? How can I have staff? How can I do these things? But just work on integrating all these things with processes and so on, and make it run by itself. And working on that thing so that I'm not constantly sucked into it. I'm not constantly being, brought into it, right? And that's a big mindset shift that a lot of business owners have to make. In fact, that's the hardest thing with Prosulum. It's actually one of the things I'm working with his marketing strategist on, is getting people ready, because I deal with businesses that are just at that cusp. They're at the cusp of going from a small business to something that could be a medium-sized, huge business, but they don't know how to reach that next level. They don't really know how to make the systems, and the owner's mindset is so based around them saving the business all the time, and not delegating certain things, and not having processes for certain things, and not having sometimes even the guts to tell somebody, hey, this is what you're going to be doing, here's the process for it, or you need to make this process video or whatever. So I'm dealing with people on a day-to-day basis who don't know how to truly let go and to truly make a process, right? And so working with this marketing strategist, working with this person, is a big thing that I see all the time is this mindset that I have to do everything, or mindset that only I can do everything. In fact, one person just rescheduled, who's actually a client who moved forward with a virtual assistant, but she needed my help. She needed my help to get on a Zoom call to start recording certain processes, because she feels still like she is the only one that can do these specific tasks, which I've seen over and over again isn't true. Okay, so all that being said, with with the EMyth, the idea is that much of what you are doing right now does not require you. Okay? Does not require you. Now, the vision, the strategy, a specialized skill that maybe you went and got a degree for, those things require you. But in the big scheme of things, when you look at 98% of the stuff you're doing versus the 2% that is really truly the skilled stuff that only you can do, that 98% can be offloaded. I'll give you an example of something that because I even fall for this trap, is that I think that I have to reach out to my customers all the time. That personally, I can set up an automation, and I do that sometimes. That sends gift cards, does different things like that. But I always think that I have to personally reach out to them, which I like to. I like to do that and call them and make that happen. However, just recently, I recorded a process for my staff to call each one of because it really is their client, the person that is, they're the account manager. I created a process for them to do that on their own. I do not have to be a part of that, right? I do not have to be a part of that. So what does that do? It scales me. It scales personal attention. Makes the customer feel absolutely amazing and valued. And it allows me to step back, be more strategic, and say, okay, well, if they're doing that, then I can do this. Or if they're doing that, I can also have them do this. Or whatever it might be. Now I'm back to working on my business. I'm not on the phone all day. And so here are some things. So why is this important? It's important because whether you're a one-person business or whether you're a 30-person business, if you don't have things documented, if you don't have processes and systems and things like that for you already documented that are there for you or for somebody else, what you can run into, you're going to run into a plateau, right? You're going to run into a plateau no matter what. Even if you're a one-person business, when you have those processes, guess what? You can ask for help. You can go to an intern and say, hey, this is what I need you to do. And they can get college credit free and have them work for free or have them work for low cost. You can give it to a virtual assistant. You can give it to your spouse. You can give it to your kids, things like that. And you have that process there for them. So that if you got bit by a rattlesnake, like my dog just got bit by a rattlesnake, things keep on moving and growing without you, right? If you're a 10-person business, you're not going to have, which I've had before, you're not going to have the person who's doing accounts payable, accounts receivable, and so on, constantly coming to you asking you for questions. What should I do with this? What should I do with this? What should I do with this? Where they're sucking up your time. You're not going to be the person who's just seeing someone coming in your office every day. Okay, yeah, let me answer that. Oh, let me answer this person. Let me answer this person. Let me put out this fire. Let me put out that. No, you're able to then have them have their little processes. If something really is truly an emergency, they can come to you. But now you're able to see where your business is at, start working on it, start building, add this here, and so on, and grow. So if you haven't read the EMyth, it's a great way to get started with your mindset shift, because a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about in the future is going to be based around this mindset shift. And it's not pretty. It's not sexy. People just want to make money right off the bat. And if you focus on this allows you to, when you start making a good amount of income, Or if you already are making a good amount of income and you just can't get past that next thing, it'll help you to shift your mind, not necessarily implement right away, but shift your mind into the way you need to be. And this is why we created Prosulum the way we did, is because the implementation part is very, very hard if you don't have people who you can just lean on, like our virtual assistants, our systems virtual assistants. You can just show them once, they create the documents for you, and then they can do it. They can do it for you. Like you spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes showing them, just like I spent 5 minutes, 10 minutes this morning showing them how to make calls to our clients. Then they document it and now they can do it. Okay? Or they just document it and you have someone else do it. The main thing though is it's going to be useless if you don't have the mindset behind it. And that's the big shift that I want you to make. I want you to go out and get this book, get it on Kindle, get it on Audible, get it on whatever, and start reading it this week. Start reading it this week, and you're going to see that it's going to, or the Blinkist app probably has it, where you can just listen to 15 minutes, or at least search for the concepts on YouTube or whatever, just so you can get the idea of what has to shift in your mind in order to start backing away from your business and to go from 60 hours a week down to 4 hours a week. And I'm not joking, that can happen. That can happen. Okay. So this is DeanSotoProsulum.com. I will catch you in the next video. I'm going to try and do these on a daily basis. If you haven't checked out, so subscribe for one. And if you haven't checked out Freedom in 5 Minutes, Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast, just Google that, Freedom in 5 Minutes, and sign up for, and subscribe to that on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all those different places. All right. So I'm going to catch you in the next video, and we'll see you later. Bye.